When I sat down in the theater earlier today to watch Sound of Freedom, I had a preconceived notion of what type of film that director Alejandro Monteverde had made. Um, already knew about its success financially. I already know about the word of mouth advertising campaign that it basically got because it didn't have too much of an ad campaign. Um, and all the praise that it got on YouTube as well by a lot of the YouTubers. And some of the media out there that actually gave it rave reviews. Not a lot of them did. And when I started to watch this movie and started to take in the story, it hit me like a literal, deliberate, cold and calculated gut punch. And the fact that the story is true made that gut punch hurt even worse. Now, it's the story of a federal agent by the name of Tim Ballard, who saves a young boy from human trafficking. And come to find out, his sister is still somewhere in the world, um, enslaved by human traffickers. And he makes a promise to this young boy that he will, at some point, find his sister and return him and his sister to their father. And Mr. Monteverde pulls this story off beautifully. I mean, it does not have to be a raucous action adventure. Um, it takes its time developing. It develops its characters very, very well. And if I should stop occasionally, I'm trying to put this as eloquently as I possibly can. But this film literally had me in tears at least a half a dozen times. And every time I think about it, in particular scenes, I want to start choking up. And sometimes it's kind of difficult for me to get this out. If you haven't seen this film, I think you should. Um, there are many films of its ilk that have been made over the years. We don't see too many of them that often because the issue of human trafficking is taboo. And it's something that a lot of people like to ignore and just kind of blow it off because they don't want to know anything about it. Like other things that are going on in the world, like drugs, alcoholism, homelessness, people losing their businesses on a daily basis, and things like this that have been going on here in the country. Now, human trafficking has been going on for hundreds of years. And the fact that it's still going on to this day and is one of the most lucrative businesses in the world to this day stymies me. The only issue is that we do not have manpower. We do not have resources to stop all of it. Um, some individuals cannot stifle those particular urges that they have deep down inside. That true evil, that true monster that a lot of us have deep down inside lingers there until it comes out. And when you eventually see it at some point in the course of my life, in my 60 years, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen just about everything. And I mean, truly, it just kind of hit home with me today when I was sitting in the theater there, and it made me remember a lot of things that happened in the past to me. Nothing to do with human trafficking. It just kind of brought up old memories and the fact that I survived a lot of terrible things in the past, and that these two children that Mr. Tim Ballard saved, not to mention almost 60 that are depicted in the film here as well, and countless others here as of recent. He says he's still out there kicking around. He actually quit his job with the government in order to take this on and go do this because the government wouldn't fund any of this. They weren't on the up and up with any of it, but they did help in assisting on occasion for certain efforts. I'm not really sure where it all stands right now because I don't know the entire story behind what Mr. Ballard is doing right now currently. I know he's still out there. He's still fighting the human traffic rings out there around the world. But I do give this film high praise, and I wasn't expected to get hit between the eyes with all the emotional beats the way I did, and it just struck a chord. I think this is something that if you haven't seen it, you should go and see it. Um, I know it should be on streaming, on television, on one of the, I think Prime probably has it now. So if you haven't seen it in the theaters yet, catch it on streaming. I highly recommend this film. It's definitely not for the little ones. It may be PG-13. There is some foul language in it, but if you have the little ones sitting there watching with you, they are going to have a few questions that might be a little difficult for you to answer for them if they're there with you watching this. It's not exactly a popcorn movie. It is more of a sit down and watch out of curiosity, just to see what all the hubbub is all about. Basically, one of the reasons why I went into the theater today to go see it is because I wanted to know what all the bang up was about out there about it, and I found out why. And a lot of the pissing, bitching, and complaining, a lot of the mainstream media out there has been bringing up with this, and a lot of the backlash that the film's been getting is all a crock of shit. I mean, it's just a simple story of a man out there saving lives, individuals trying to help each other and trying to get above terrible situations that have happened and are still happening out there to this day. And it was a truly remarkable experience for me, and a very rare occasion when a film hits me that hard and touches me deep down. And I do highly recommend that you guys go and see it. This is the Wicked Fanboy signing out. It's going to be a wrap. I will see you guys in the next video. And those of you out there with the inclination of some of these evil people that may be watching this video, just don't forget that God's children are not for sale.